A special welcome to him too, but also a special welcome to his children. We want to say Sitaram and welcome to our Mandir. It is nice to see you here. Thank you.
प्रेम से बोलो श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। सीताराम everyone, namaste. Jai Guru Datta, Om Sai Ram, Sat Sri Akal, pranams to each and all of you. Thank you for your warm and humble welcome as always. It's a pleasure to be home here at Sanatan Dharam Mandir in Houston. Let us all sit upright for a few minutes, clasp our hands. Gently close your eyes if you can sit upright. Take a deep breath. Fill the lungs to capacity, and as you exhale, you drop your shoulders and relax. Take another deep breath. Fill the lungs again to capacity. Let that freshly oxygenated blood flow through all of the blood vessels of the body. As you exhale, let all the pressures, let all of the troubles come out of the body. One final deep breath now. Fill that lung to capacity. Hold it for a few seconds. And as you exhale, drop the shoulders once again. Hari Om. Hari Om. Hari Shri Ganeshaya Namah Shri Saraswati Namah Shri Guru Charana Kamalebhyo Namo Namah Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti Rupen Samsita Namastasye, 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 Namo Namah. Karpur Gauram, Karunavataram, Sansar Saram, Bhujane Sada Vasantam Hridayavide Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami Atulit Varadham Ema Shailabadeham Anjavan Krishanu Jnaniyam Sakala Gunanidhanam Vayanam Raghupati Priyabhatam Vajajatam Namami Mukam Karoti Vacham Amrum Langayate Yantripatu Maham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Shri Gayatri Mata Mantra. Again, we sit upright, take a deep breath. Om Bhurabhuvah Swaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhurabhuvah Swaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhurabhuvah Swaha Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Prem se bolo Shri Gayatri Mata Maharani ki jai. Now I ask you to place your palms like this on top of your thighs and gently close your eyes again as you sit upright. Let that energy flow upwards. We're going to go to 1 minute of dhyana, 1 minute of silence. It's called mauna. During this time, if you haven't done so already, please silence your cell phones, those beautiful ringtones, for the next 90 minutes or so. Please. Now take a deep breath and gently go into mauna. Focus on the breath. Thank you so much, Daniela. Once again, Sanatan, our Reverend Pandits tonight, especially our senior Pandit SHT. Thank you again for your hospitality, your brilliant Pandits. Respected elders, Sanatan Dharam Mandir Parivar, all devotees, so dedicated and blessed, our virtual audience joining us from all over the world tonight as well. We are 1 hour behind Eastern Standard Time as we are in the city of Houston. Children of our community, we say to you Swagatam and Pranam. Today, as we go into this, the 9th night of Navratri, the Navami, let us first fulfill Bhagavan Shri Ganesha Pratma Puji Vinayaka. And we ask for His blessing to remove every obstacle that may stand in our ways. I ask you to please clap your hands and sing to the top of your voices. Prem se bolo Vedanand Swami ki! Shuklam Bharadram Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadram Dhyaye Sarvabhigno Upshantaye Vande Ganapati Vighna Vinayam Elam Vande Ganapati Vighna Vinayam Elam Riddhi Siddhi Ke Jai Jai Ganapati. Now let's turn to the feet of the Guru. Guru the Brahma, Guru the Vishnu. Come on. Principal Guru Maharaj ki. So if you were to cut the audience in half, this side would win the prize because they are louder. So let's see what this section can do now. Come on. My band is on this side. We sing now as we glorify to the Supreme Noble Teacher, O the Lord Pranti, Lord of the Universe. Principal Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Devaya Namo Namo Devaya Namo Devaya He Parameshwar Namo Namo He Parameshwar Namo Let me say once again, welcome to those of you who are joining us, and those joining us online as well, to my parents. I bow to you tonight and say to you, Swagatam, Pandit Shri Teacher Tulsi Persad, listening down in Trinidad, my mom, Miss Grace Persad, and all of our other gurus and friends, and of course, our virtual audience as well. Navaratri. What's the meaning of the word Nav in Sanskrit? Nav? 9. Very good. And which night is tonight, by the way? It started last Thursday. If you did the math, what's tonight? 9? Navami. Yes. Very, very important. It's the final night of Navratri. And of course, tomorrow it's a significant day. It's called Vijay Dashmi of Dushya. We'll speak more about that later on. But before we do that, we glorify Mom, Jagadambe Bhavani Shankar Ma Durga Mata, in her 9 forms tonight. I'd like all of you to sing and chant with me. The chorus of this mantra, the stotram, is Om Navadurga Namaha, Om Jagajanani Namaha. We blend the voices and sing with our hands. Prem se bol Shri Durga Mata ki. Oh, My dear brothers and sisters, Brother G could play along while I'm speaking. That's no problem. Imagine anything in the background softly. My dear brothers and sisters, I'm looking forward, absolutely looking forward to being in devotion with you over the next 3 sessions, tonight included. Tonight being the last night of the sacred festival of Navaratri, we shall delve firstly into the meaning of Navaratri. And we'll focus tonight on Ma Siddhidatri, the 9th form of the Devi. She's especially worshipped today. And Ma Saraswati, to which the last 3 nights are dedicated. The first 3, of course, are to Durga Ma, then to Lakshmi Ma, and the final 3 to Saraswati Ma. Tomorrow night, we shall immerse ourselves into the nectar of Ramayana, in the glories of Prabhu Ramchandra Bhagavan, as penned by Goswami Tulsidas Ji. A very beautiful katha indeed. And on Sunday morning, we'll glorify Bhagavan Shiva Shambhu, and we'll chant the Nirvana Shakatam, which promotes inner peace, calm, and strength. Chidananda Rupa. What's the rest? Jai Shiva Shankar. Lovely. You know, this chant, this stotra, it promotes inner peace, calmness, and strength. It also embodies the spiritual pursuit which we are all after, and it recognizes the oneness in pure consciousness, whose nature is Sat, Chit, and Ananda, absolute bliss of Brahman. Let us go into tonight's katha. The mantra tells us. You all know the mantra, sing with me. Sarva Mangal Mangale Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. The true message of Navaratri, or the 9 Nav means 9, Ratri are nights, this festival, is that the Supreme Shakti, Mataji, manifests herself in the form of Durga, Lakshmi, and Saraswati. You know, Durga Ma grants us energy, physical, mental, and of course spiritual energy. Lakshmi Ma, she bestows us with many kinds of wealth, not just money, but intellectual wealth, the wealth of character and of others. Even health falls under the Mahalakshmi's domain. She grants untold riches to us. And Saraswati Ma, who we'll speak on a little bit tonight, bestows on us intelligence, the capacity for intellectual inquiry, to be inquisitive, and the power of discrimination, understanding what is right and what is wrong. During the Navaratri celebrations, the Divine Mother is extolled by various names and forms, but all names and forms are based on your feelings, your emotions. Remember this. God, you see, God has no differences whatsoever. Sarvaloka Ekanatham, in all universes, He's known by one name. He's called by one name. Many forms, but one name. No one can comprehend the nature of divinity. Actually, you see this principle of love that exists in all beings? It is the principle of divinity. There's no different truths for different countries, such as American truth, Russian truth, Indian truth, Japanese truth, and so forth. Truth is truth. It's the same for all. It is uniformly present in everyone. The celebration of Navaratri, it lies on contemplating Satya Swarupa, the embodiment of truth. And what does God expect from you? It is only your love. Brothers and sisters, love is the tax that you have to pay to God for all that He has given you. I repeat, love is that tax that you have to pay to God for all that He has given you. During the Navratri worship, we have to express our love to the Divine Mother in 9 different ways. When Bhagwan Sri Ram in Ramayana, he met Shabrima, they discussed these same 9 qualities or 9 traits. And what are they? The first one, you are doing it right now. Shravanam, listening to the glories of God. We just had Kirtanam, the chanting, the singing of beautiful bhajans to God. Vishnu Smaranam, contemplating on Bhagwan Sri Vishnu or Bhagwan. Pad Sevanam or Pada Sevanam, serving the feet or the lotus feet. Vandanam, salutations. Archanam, worshipping, which we all did this evening. Dasyam, servitude, serving mankind selflessly. Service to man is service to God. Swami tells us. Sneham, friendship. We're all friends. Look at the smiles on your beautiful faces tonight. And of course, Atma Naivedyam, self-surrender. God wants our love, devotees, and absolutely nothing else. We turn now to the pages of the Devi Bhagavatam. Vedyasri writes, as he describes Ma Siddhi Dhatri, as the mother takes this form of the goddess tonight. We sit upright and as we chant. Jai Jai Ambe Bhavani Ma, 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 O Jai Jai Ambe Bhavani Ma, Jai Jai Ambe Bhavani Ma, Jai Jai Ambe Bhavani Ma, O Jai Jai Ambe Bhavani Ma, Jai Jai Ambe Bhavani Ma, Jai Jai Ambe Bhavani Ma. Devi Vacha Siddha Gandhara Yaksha Atyant Asure Kamal Purvati Siddha Gandhara Yaksha Atyant Asure Kamal Purvati Sevamana Sada Bhuya Siddhina Siddhaya Jai Ambe Bhavani Ma, Jai Ambe Bhavani Ma, O Jai Ambe Bhavani Ma, Jai Ambe Bhavani Ma. Adi Shakti Bhavani Shankar Mata Ki Jai. Devi Bhagavatam tells us, Siddha Gandharva Yaksha, Adyer Asurai Amarai Api, Seva Mana Sada Bhuya, Siddhi Da Siddhi Daini. I worship Devi Siddhi Dhatri, who is served starting with Siddhas, Gandharas. Gandharas are devotional singers, Yakshas, Asuras, and of course the Devas themselves, who is served by everyone for what? For obtaining Siddhis. He who serves Siddhi Dhatri Ma will receive Siddhis. Now, what is the significance of this Devi? In this form, the 9th form, she sits on a lotus flower, Padmasana, and her procession, her vehicle is a lion. She dresses in red clothes and she has 4 hands, Chaturbhujam, a flower in her left hand, a lotus, and a shankar in the upper left hand. She has a chakra in the upper right hand and a gada in the lower hands. The meaning of Siddhi Dhatri is very simple. According to Sanskrit, Siddhi means perfection, while Dhatri means the one who gives. So Siddhi Dhatri, the one who gives perfection. She offers all types of siddhis or perfection to her devotees. And according to Hindu mythology, the legend says that Lord Shiva would worship goddess Ma Shakti to get all his siddhis and blessings. And with the gratitude of goddess Siddhi Dhatri, Lord Shiva attained half body of the goddess Shakti, and this is why Lord Shiva is also known as Ardhanarishvara. Ardhanarishvara, Shiva Shakti. Ma Siddhi Dhatri is believed to have the blessings of the Trinity of Brahma, Vishnu, and of course Mahadev, with 8 of the ultimate powers of siddhis. Now, if you remember Sri Hanuman Chalisa. We'll sing it tomorrow night. One of the verses in the Chalisa is Ashta Siddhi. What's the rest? Quiet. Ashta Siddhi Navanidhi ke data Asvaradina Janaki Mata. When Hanumanji went and gave Mother Sita the news that the war has been won in Ramayana, we'll cover this tomorrow. Mother Sita blessed him. And she says, my son, I don't have anything of material value. Hanuman said, I don't want any of that. I just want to sit at your feet. I want to serve Lord Ram. What she says? Ashta Siddhi Navanidhi ke data. Ashta means 8. And the Siddhis are the blessings of perfection. And what are the powers that Hanumanji displayed? First one, Anima, reducing one's size to the minutest small atom. You remember in Ramayana when he entered the gates of Lanka, in order to get past Lankini, he changed his form into a tiny mosquito. This is the Siddhi that is called Anima. The next one, Mahima, expanding one's body infinitely large. When he had to do Hanumanji again, when he went into the Ashok Bhatika and the Rakshas came to attack him, he grew in size. Jai Shri Ram! And he grew his body. Mahima. The next one, Garima, becoming infinitely heavy. So he defeated many demons by taking this trait, this city. The other one, Laghima, becoming infinitely light. This is why he could have sped through like a jet, like a rocket, across the ocean in record time. Then, Prapti, becoming omnipresent. And incidentally, wherever the name of Rama is being sung, guess who is present? Hanumanji. Jai Bajrangabali. Prakambya, achieving whatever he desires. But Hanumanji was desireless. He only had one desire. What was that desire? I just gave you the answer. To sit at the feet of Prabhu Sri Ram. That's all. Nothing else mattered. He didn't care if he had a plate of food to eat, as long as he could chant and be at the feet of Lord Rama. Then, Ishtiva, lordship, which he attained by being in the company of Lord Rama. And the final one, Vashitva, power to conquer all. Hanumanji still remains undefeated. Jai Shri Ram. So you see the importance and the connection of the nine forms of the Devis, Siddhi Datri Ma, who is one and the same, and giving Hanumanji the 8 Siddhis. Brothers and sisters, we glorify Ma. In this next bhajan, it says, Victory Almighty Durga Ma, Jai Narayani, Jai Durge, Ambe Namo Namaha. The love for you, present in every pore of my body, produces the bhakti or devotion which consumes my entire being. Prem se bola Adi Shakti Bhavani Shankar Mata ki. I'm going to ask you for one small favor tonight. These 2 musical instruments, they are free of charge and they work like this. So I want you to clap while we are singing. You know something? When you clap like this, it removes all of the negative energy from around you. So if you're feeling a little bit heavy this evening, if you had a tough week at work, let it go away tonight by clapping and singing. Come on. Adi Shakti Bhavani Shankar Mata ki. Jai Narayan, Jai Jai Durge, Jai Jai Ambe Namo Namaha. Jai Narayan, Jai Jai Durge, Jai Ambe Namo Namaha. Tera paan simran karke अंतर में सुख भरे आता, रोम रोम में प्रेम तिहारा, बांके भर की विगड़ाता। जय कल्याणी जय जय दुर्गे, जय अम्बे नमो नमः। जय नारायण जय जय दुर्गे, जय अम्बे नमो नमः। आदिशक्ति भवानी शंकर माता की जय. It's nice to see all of you clapping. Mata is very happy, I can tell you that. It's a celebration, devotees. Navaratri is a celebration, like most of our festivals are. Every person has to awaken the Kundalini that's asleep within us. The Kundalini is basically, if you want to visualize it, it's like two serpents like this, with their heads facing down to the lower portion of the back, on the spinal column. Sanatan Kumar, one of the 7 Saptarishis, he thought that the Kundalini should be led a proper path towards the goal to fulfill one's life. In the Bharat Yoga Shastras, it has been mentioned that there are 7 types of lotuses in the spinal column, helping people to take the right path. They are known as the Nadi, Mandalas or Chakras. We are very familiar with this. The nerve center discs. The Kundalini power, where Ma Durga resides, is called the Mooladhara Chakra, right to the base. Lord Ganesha also resides here, in the groin area. That's the first of the 7 chakras. And then it moves up. We have the Mooladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura, Anahata, Vishuddhi, Ajneya, and of course the Sahasrara at the top, which is where Lord Shiva resides. So devotees, each chakra is at a higher plane than the other. And behind these chakras, on the other side of the spinal column, are the Ida and Pingala, the left nostril and the right nostril. These nerves, they keep throbbing in the center of the spinal column and is upheld by something called the Shushumnanadi, which is that backbone. All of these perform their duties in a very prescribed manner. And how do we awaken this Kundalini power now? You may have been to some mandirs, or perhaps you have seen it on YouTube and TV and so forth, where devotees will go in front of devotees, and the minute they begin to perform puja, the body starts to shake. This is when that Kundalini is opened, devotees. Now, all are believed to be in the form of a dormant serpent, like we just spoke, near the Mooladhara Chakra. And you see, when you clap, when you sing bhajans, when you practice yoga, you practice breathing, you begin to open these chakras. And by the way, some of the time we'll go into each of the chakras and their significance. Even the color of the walls in your home will help you to open your chakras. The chakras respond to the colors of the rainbow, the 7 major colors of the rainbow. Now, in search of food, one becomes active and continues now, the serpent that is, to come up. And during meditation, when we deny the food for the body, it travels upward. This is meditation and yoga. That energy will travel upwards from the Mooladhara and go all the way up to the Sahasrara. Now children, I know we have a beautiful daughter in front row here. This is for you. Picture there's a rose plant. Hope you have any trees in the mandir. There's a rose. You familiar with a rose? You have a rose? Mommy has a rose at home? Good. Alright. Now, it has leaves, it has flowers, and what does it have on the rose plant? Thorns. You gotta be careful when you hold it, right? Right. Now let us concentrate on this now. When we go to pick that flower, would we go grab the thorn? Unlikely, because it causes pain, not so? So too, in concentration, we have only the rose as the objective. We don't go after the thorn or the stem, only the rose, the flower. And without touching that thorn, we have to pick the flower. Pure divine love is the flower. The desires are the thorns. Those are the things that can hurt you, that can make you miserable when you get pricked, as they say. Now, there's no rose without thorns, but we have to pluck the flower without touching the thorns. For what is the purpose of cutting the rose? We ask the question. To cut the flower away from worldly desires. Anything that can hold you back, so to speak. When we concentrate, concentration is identifying the various locations of the thorns on that flower so that we would not get hurt. And to offer the flower now, we have to cut it. You see, we cut the flower, leave the desires, and offer that flower to the Lord as meditation. That's all Bhagavan wants. In our body, we can liken it to that of a rose plant. We have pure love in the form of rose, of that rose. And it is filled. You ever smell the rose? It's beautifully fragrant, always sweet smelling. But right under those beautiful fragrances are the thorns. There are 9 thorns, devotees, that we ask the Divine Mother to get rid of, help us get rid of from our rose plant so we can blossom. And those 9 thorns we identified with the 9 nights of Navaratri. Each night we ask Ma, as you offer your dhar perhaps in the morning, you ask Ma, take away this one, take away the ego, take away the ahankar, take away the hatred, take away the jealousy, take away the malice, take away the greed. All the 9 highway robbers that would keep us in this mundane plane and prevent us from going to Vaikuntha Loka. Brothers and sisters, Ma is here to protect all her children, not some. She doesn't have any favorites. Many times you hear mothers or even parents in general, they say, oh, this child is my eyeball, this one I don't know. No, she doesn't operate like that. In her eyes, all are equal. Now, tonight we sing her glories in the form of Saraswati Devi Ma, just for you, my dear. Because Saraswati Ma is the goddess of music. She's the goddess of learning. She's the goddess of love. And this, tonight, is her 3rd night of worship in this Navaratri. We sing, Prem se bolo Adi Shakti Saraswati Devi Mata ki Jai. Ya kundendu tushar hare dhavala, Ya shubhra vastramrita, Ya veena varadanda mandita kara, Ya shveta padmasana, Ya brahma jut shankar prabhu vidhim, Deve sada pandita, Saman Pandu Saraswati Bhagavati Nishesh Jayamaha. Jai 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 Mata Saraswati Jai Shubhdaini Vardhani Jai Shubhdaini Vardhani Jai 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 Mata Saraswati Jai Shubhdaini Jai Shubhdaini Vardhani This is what this Navaratri celebration is all about. Collectiveness, collective devotion. Saraswati Ma, the female form, demonstrates a great respect and recognition that is held by women in the Vedic tradition. She can withstand roughness and she can bear pain. She is also the consort of Lord Brahma, and this shows that knowledge and creation, Lord Brahma is responsible for creation, Mother Saraswati for knowledge, they are in harmony. Her white complexion and garments point to her absolute purity. You know, we'll sing one line of this bhajan only. Sharde Ma. You all right? Sing with me now. Sharde Ma. Lovely. Sing again. Ajnanata se hame tar de ma. And the verse says, Tu shvet varni kamal pe virade, haathon mein veena mukut sar pe saje. She's also the goddess of music. So listen how sweet that lullaby was. Tu Shweta Varmini. What is the meaning of Shweta in Sanskrit? White. Pure. You see, her white garments and her absolute purity, it points to purity. Her four arms, Chaturbhujam, it represents the four directions, giving the notion that Saraswati Ma is all-pervading. Her rosary, the mala, the garland, it symbolizes concentration for the meditative process involved in the acquisition of knowledge. Now, let me ask you a question tonight. I have a bag of Persad to the person who can answer this correctly. Don't look at Google. How many beads does the rosary or the mala of Saraswati Ma have? Anybody? Huh? Okay, no Persad for you tonight. Not from me anyway. Anybody else? Alright, I will help you. 52. Why? Why 52? There are 52 syllables or letters in the Sanskrit alphabet. And she, language, everything, sound, nad, came from Ma Saraswati. When Lord Brahma created this world, the universe, the world had no sound, it was quiet. Could you imagine a universe without sound? Boring, huh? And then he instructed Ma Saraswati, nad, bring the sound, and this is where it comes from. She sits on a swan, a white swan. The swan, it demonstrates the discriminatory power between right and wrong, as well as the real and unreal. It states it lives in this world, but it's not possessed by it. You see, the swan is perhaps one of the only creatures that can separate silt from water, because it feeds. What does it feed on? It feeds in the swamps, in the murky waters. So it fills its beak with that mud or muck. And what it does through the two sides of the beak, it shoots out the water and it keeps all the nutrients in. It's like separating milk and water. Now, what is her musical instrument called? Where is she? What is it called? Yes, the veena, not the sitar, not the harp. The veena. Now, the veena points to collective sounds from all of our thoughts and actions, because it manifests in music, in the cosmic universe. And when you listen to the sound of the veena, it puts you into that meditative trance, doesn't it? It hits the core of the body, so to speak. And it marks also the withdrawal of the senses that are required to attain knowledge. Baby, what's your name again? I keep forgetting her name. Vinaya. Vinaya, when you sit in school to take a test or an exam, you're smiling already, you know what I'm going to ask you, do you pass? 100, right? Don't you call Mother Saraswati before you do? I'm sure you do. Right. But you must study, eh? Don't depend on Mother Saraswati alone, you have to study. You see, devotees, even at this age, any one of us that is in a learning capacity, we always go before Saraswati Mata. Musicians, you will notice before I even touch my harmonium, always bow to it. My brother Chris and Pradeep, you will tell me, why? This is something I learned from my guru many, many years ago, one of my gurus. When we submit before our musical instruments, you are actually bowing to Saraswati Mata. What you are saying in your mind, Ma, the musical instrument is greater than I am. Please allow me to play it and play sweet music. Try to help me not to make any mistakes. This is what musicians do, devotees. Before we come onto an altar, we bow to the altar. Ma, Prabhu, please, with your permission, let me climb onto the altar, even a stage to perform or to give a speech for that matter. We always ask the blessings of the Gurus. So children, especially in Vinaya, I hope when you will prosper and you will blossom in this mandir, and one day you will also be, perhaps you'll be seated here as a pandita, who knows, giving a discourse. So, placing her left hand, you notice, her left hand is on the veena, facing you, yeah? Left hand is on the veena, and the veena is held close to our heart, to our chest. And of course the right hand is to the base. Now, the strings of the veena, what she's saying is, to get from childhood to achieve this heightened excellence of knowledge, one has to climb those steps, those notes, so to speak. It's not, you just don't go from Ganeshwar to Shiva overnight, no. You have to practice it. You have to practice the 9 forms of devotion, Now, placing her right hand on the bottom shows that negative knowledge should always be kept under control. In any instrument, the musicians will tell you, if you play and you don't play in sequence, or you play wayward, what happens? The music doesn't sound good at all. We have a word for that, it's called kamsur. There's no sweetness, right? Now, the veena points to the potential for negative and positive purposes of knowledge. The choice is left to the person now as to what type of knowledge is used. There's a special type of veena called the Saraswati veena, and this Saraswati veena is perhaps one of the oldest instruments on this planet. It is a fretted organ, meaning the frets like a guitar, and it can produce notes in 4 different octaves. Those of you who study music, you know there's 4. There are more, but 4 is a common, very, very common. The strings are attached to the main bridge, and there are 3 extra strings that are used to keep count of the tal or the beats, so to speak. And this big gourd, if you notice to the right of it, is like a pumpkin, like a gourd, that is only used for support or to resonate the sound. The goal is to create a melodious, continuous sound which awakens the inner senses. The veena imparts a vocalized quality which creates a feeling of divinity and speaking of the flow of music. It is considered the spinal cord and creation of music. It stirs the innovation with knowledge. Let us take a quick look now at Saraswati Mata's connection with yoga. Saraswati gives the essence of one's self. What do we mean by this? She provides us with a mundane and spiritual knowledge of our own lives. She is the representation of the science of life and also Vedanta, which attempts to unravel these essentials of human existence. The knowledge that Saraswati renders through continual worship, devotion and discipline is one of an integral vision which both spiritual and temporal level. She allows us to exist in this material world while striving for that plane of Brahman or Brahman. And that connection it forms with Saraswati is one of words, song and music. She is the impeller of truth. Sweet speech, Bach as it's called. And she is a creative process which the syllable Om, the very first sound, the primordial sound in the entire universe. When Ma Saraswati created sound was Ah-Uma, Aum. Brothers and sisters, Saraswati Mata is the ocean of understanding, the consciousness that vibrates with different types of knowledge. She is the cause of all movements and the source of spiritual light, the remover of all ignorance and the promoter of knowledge. Tonight, we glorify the Devi in the form of Saraswati Mata, but also tonight, is representative of worship also to Mahakali. There's a beautiful bhajan that summarizes the whole of Navratri, and I'd like to ask all of us to join and sing. It is done in traditional Bhojpuri style, and it glorifies the Devis in all her forms. Prem se Bhavani Shakti Bhavani Shankar Mata ki Jai. मंगल की सेवा सुन मेरी देवा हाथ जोड़ तेरे This beautiful mantra, Om Asatoma Satgamaya. Vinaya, you know this? Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. Come on. Alright, I'll talk Pandit after class. Fix up a little bit. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya. Always keep me truthful. Always remember that I am the light. Mata is telling us. Always remember that I am one with God. And always remember that is true happiness. Tamso ma jyotir gamaya. Remove the darkness and instill light. Brothers and sisters, in summary of the observances of Navaratri, you know, many around this world, I'm sure many of you here as well, devoted in devotion for the past 9 nights. Some may have fasted from salt, no salt. Some may have fasted from food, only living on a diet of milk and fruits. Whatever your devotion was or is to Ma, remember that you are doing this, not because someone told you to do it, but you are doing it with love from your heart. You see, devotees, nothing in life comes easy. Nothing in life comes without sacrifice. You cannot achieve, let's say a college degree without studying. Right, Vinay? Nothing comes easy. You cannot become a fantastic musician like our musicians here without practice. Give them a round of applause, please. But Ajay and of course Christy, always with us. To declare to the world the divine all-power, Sarva Shakti Swarupini, the aspect of the Divine Mother, or Dasa, this Navratri festival is celebrated. So it's actually Navaratri, 9 nights, will finish tonight, and then tomorrow is the 10th. The Shega is called. In these 10 days, 9 nights and Monday, we adore and worship of the 3 forms of the Divine Mother, as we discussed before, Durga, Lakshmi, and Saraswati. Durga Ma is that energy at Shakti Swarupini. Now, maybe tomorrow night we'll go into Ramayana. But when the Devas are all the gods, right? They're up in Vaikuntha. When they were being tormented by all these Rakshasas, Mahishasur, Chandamunda, and all these others, all these Rakshasas, what did the Devas do? They went to Vaikuntha, Satyanarayan Bhagavan, Lord Vishnu himself. And you know what, devotees? Tonight, we glorify Satyanarayan Bhagavan for the benefit of this community, for the benefit of all that is going on in this world today, for those who are sick and suffering, and for those who could not be here for one reason or the other. We ask for the blessings of Satyanarayan Bhagavan to purify every single one of our minds, bodies, and souls, and our homes as well, as those of you joining us online as well. Let us sing. Narayan, Narayan, My dear brothers and sisters, when the universe was being tormented by all these Rakshasas, all these Asuras, the Devas, they went before Satyanarayan Bhagavan and they began to pray to him. And he came out and he listened to them. Prabhu, all these Devas, they are creating havoc. What are we going to do? What did Lord Vishnu say to them? Let us create a feminine form of energy. Using what? Using out of the Ajna chakras, our light or beams of light. They're so powerful. Those beams of light, by the way, Lord Shiva, when he was in Dhyan, and Kamadev, the god of lust, came. I was trying to distract him. What did he do? Immediately, he was able to burn him with his tejas, with that powerful light. All the Devas, Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva, Indradev, all of them, they now channel their light together. And that cosmic energy, that culmination of light, from that light emerged the beautiful goddess, Devi Durga Ma. And her duty, her purpose, Paritranaya sadhunam vidashaya chadushkitam dharma samstharpanathaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Bhagavan Shri Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita, when dharma is challenged, I will incarnate, I will come over and over again. Hence, she came to rid this universe of those terrible demons. One other instance in Devi Bhagavatam tells us, when the Devas were challenged by other demons, went to Vaikuntha and they began to pray. The four Vedas began to pray, devotees, and the divine goddess manifested. In this manifestation, the Devas went and began to complain to Satyanarayana Bhagavan about whom? You all know this fellow called Ravan, this Rakshas, who lived in Lanka. They began to complain about Ravan. How are we going to get rid of Ravan? Ravan became so powerful. How did Ravan become powerful? Come on. How did he get so powerful? Who did he worship? Lord Shiva. And how did he worship Lord Shiva? Not just doing arati, no. Ravan will meditate. He will go into penance for days, for weeks. He will stand on one foot and cross his foot. His left foot will cross by his knee like this. One foot and both hands like this on top of his head. I want you to try this sometime at home and see how long you will last. For days, without food, without water. And what was he chanting? The Maha Mrityunjay mantra. What is that mantra? How does it go? Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukam Nivavandana Mrityor Mokshyamamruta Umapati Mahadeva Ki Jai. Devotees, but he chanted with such intensity, such divinity, even though he was a Rakshas. And when he began to chant like that, Bhagwan Shiva had no other choice but to open his eyes and listen to him. He had the boon, he had the blessing of Bhagwan Shiva. Brothers and sisters, Ravan had the blessing of Bhagwan Shiva, but he also had as his patron goddess, living in Lanka, in a mandir, a form of the divine Shakti. And when the four Vedas prayed to the divine Shakti and she manifested, she said, and these are exact words from Devi Bhagavatam, "Oh, I will manifest as the daughter of Janak." Who was the daughter of Janak? Mother Sita. So here is the Ramayana coming to play now, connected to Devi Bhagavatam. And we're going to pick this up tomorrow night in our beautiful Katha. I will manifest in the kingdom, in the palace of King Janak, as his daughter Sita. Then Lord Vishnu says, he stepped up. He says, I will manifest in the form of Rama in the palace of Dashrath. So you see the match is about to start here. And this is how the destruction of Rama will come. Then Lord Shiva. Who did he manifest as in Ramayana? Hanuman Baba. Pavanaputra Hanumanji. And of course, Brahma. Lord Brahma came as Jamvant. So you see, all of the players or the characters, the gods and goddesses, the devas and devis now, they're going to manifest and come now to enact this beautiful scripture called Sri Ramcharitamanas. And tomorrow night we will deal with the destruction of Ravan as it pertains to the Shea. Brothers and sisters, tonight, to recap real quickly, in these days of Navratri, Durga is a form of Shakti Swarupini. The physical, mental and spiritual powers are conferred by her. This is why we perform Durga Puja. Lakshmi Mata, she endows us with all types of prosperity. It's called Aishwarya, not the actress. Aishwarya. Saraswati Ma gives us the power of intellect and the power of discrimination, the power of word, to speak. This Navratri festival is an occasion for revering nature, Prakriti. Consider how natural resources can be used properly in the best interest of mankind. Resources like water, air, power, minerals, they should be used properly and not wasted or misused. Economy is the use of every natural resource is vital. Pollution in the air has many negative consequences. The inner significance of this Navratri is to fill this atmosphere with sacred vibrations and holy thoughts. Especially needed in today's times, with all the natural calamities due in part to man's misuse of natural resources, is what God is giving us to this planet. Here we offer prayer tonight for all those affected by the recent hurricanes and the violence all around the world. Om Dum Durgaye Namaha. Om Namaschandikaye Namaha. Om Namaschandikaye Namaha. Om Namaschandikaye Namaha. The inauguration of Navratri celebration means that we should use this occasion to offer worship to nature and resolving to make sacred all of the natural resources. I quote tonight from Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. He says, the significance of Durga, Lakshmi and Saraswati has to be rightfully understood. They represent three kinds of potencies in all mankind. Icha Shakti, willpower, power to do things. Kriya Shakti, the power of action. And Jnana Shakti, the power of discrimination. Baba says, Saraswati manifested in man as the power of speech, Vak. Durga represents, she's present in the form of dynamism, the power of action. And Lakshmi manifested in the form of willpower. This body indicates Kriya Shakti. The mind is the repository of the Iksha Shakti. This Atma, the soul, is Jnana Shakti. Kriya Shakti comes from the body which is material. And the power that activates the body is the power that makes it vibrant. And that is called the Iksha Shakti. Tonight, like any other Hindu festival, Navratri has a spiritual message for all its observers, anyone who observes this festival. This festival celebrates the triumph of good over evil, and it exhorts mankind to wake up from the slumber of ignorance, to remove all negativities, and to purify the mind and cultivate positive virtues. My dear brothers and sisters, it has been an absolute blessing sharing tonight's Katha with you all. And I thank you so much for your participation. I invite you to join us tomorrow night, where we will continue with glories of Sri Ramcharita, and we will go from one section to where, if I tell you what we're going to do, it'll give away a surprise. You're not going to be surprised. No. We are going to speak tomorrow night about Ravan and Ravan Maran, the battle between Lord Rama and Ravan, which is indeed the celebration of Krishna, the destruction of the 9 negative forces, 9 negative qualities. Tonight, let us blend our voices as we sing this beautiful bhajan in unison, glorifying the Devi. Prem se bolo Jagadambe Bhavani Shankar Mata ki Jai. माता रानी का ध्यान धरिए, माता रानी का ध्यान धरिए, वो काम जब भी कोई करिए, माता रानी का ध्यान धरिए, माता रानी का ध्यान धरिए, वो काम जब भी कोई करिए। जय माता दी, जय माता दी, जय सत्य बोलो बोलो, जय माता दी, जय माता दी, दिल के सत्य बोलो, जय माता दी, जय माता दी, दिल के सत्य बोलो बोलो, जय माता दी, जय माता दी, दिल के सत्य बोलो। माता रानी का ध्यान धरिए, माता रानी का ध्यान धरिए, वो काम जब भी कोई करिए, कोई मुश्किल हो पल में टलेगी, हर बातें सफलता मिलेगी। कोई मुश्किल हो पल में टलेगी, हर बातें सफलता मिलेगी, हर जगह में सफलता मिलेगी। सच्चे दिल से प्रणाम करिए, सच्चे दिल से प्रणाम करिए, वो काम जब भी कोई करिए। जय माता दी, जय माता दी, दिल के सत्य बोलो बोलो, जय माता दी, जय माता दी, दिल के सत्य बोलो। माता रानी का ध्यान धरिए, माता रानी का ध्यान धरिए, वो काम जब भी कोई करिए। भी कोई करिए, ओ काम जब भी कोई करिए। प्रेम से शक्ति भवानी शंकर माता की जय। My dear brothers and sisters, we always do Katha Visarjana at the end of our discourses. Let us again, Mr. Bright Vikapala, and sing as we praise and thanks to Bhagavan for allowing us this golden opportunity this evening to sit amongst you here at beautiful Sanatan Dharam Mandir, and also those who are joining us online all over the world this evening. We say to you, Sanatan. Katha Visarjan ho hai, suno veer Hanuman, Rama Lakshmana Janaki, salam karo kalyan. Ek ghadi aano ghadi, aano mein duniya, tulsi sangat sahiye, kati mujhe akbar. Thank you all so much for joining us this evening on our first 3 sessions. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow night again from 7 to 9 p.m. If you wish to come and enjoy the puja, puja starts around 6 p.m. And of course, Sunday morning we'll see you at 10 to noon. I'd like to ask you to give all of our musicians, including our Dhantal player, to still love your round of applause this evening, please. We'll invite Manoj back to the microphone and we'll all move to our team.
Sitaram once more, sisters and brothers, as we welcome this guest this morning, as we walk in here, we came through that door there. We know him as Pandit Neil, but when Pandit Neil sit in this asana right here, he became Bhagavan Shri Vishnu. He accepted the seat of the Vyas. We know that whenever you welcome to the city of Houston, more so than anything else, in this Sanatan Dharam Mandir, Pandit Vyas, we couldn't much admire the much love and the devotion you expel with the devotees that whenever you have come to the city here. You have given us so much love to the Devis, the Devatas, and to Bhagavan himself. We could almost feel the vibration. I'm sure most of us felt that vibration, more so than anything else, that we always eager to know the knowledge and has that depth of understanding and has that desire for that love and devotion for the Devis and the Devatas. Thank you again.
Thank you, Pandit.
And more so than anything else, may sisters and brothers, may we stand and we perform the final arti, and then we have a final closing prayer. Of course, my colleague here, Pandit Seth, who has been with us, and Pandit Nankumar, who has been with us, and many of the devotees, we welcome you all. And again, as I said, we are here tomorrow night, and we just started at 5:30 today. We'd like to start at 5:30 tomorrow, so we can conclude at the time, so we can give gas enough time, and of course, we will cover time. We have our team.
Hari Om Sajan Chavat Samyuktam Vahina Yojitam Maya Deepam Grahanadeva Shitrailokyam Timirapaham Yani Gani Chapapani Janmayantarkatani Cha Anitani Vinashyanti Pradakshanam Pale Pale. Jayam Te Gauri Maya Jai Shama Gauri Tumko Vishni Mein Kaam Tumko Vishni Mein Kaam Hari Brahma Shri Om Jayam Te Gauri Aam Se Dur Vinash Ki त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मा अमृतं गमय. From untruth, lead us on to truth. From darkness, lead us on to light. And from death, lead us on to eternity. O Ma Durga, we've come to worship you, Ma, night after night for the past 9 nights, Ma. We ask that your guiding hands will be upon one and all. Ma, take us under your arms, Ma, protect us. Bless all those who have come from near and far, those joining us virtually, and those who could not be here for one reason or the other, Ma. We pray tonight for all those who are sick and suffering, especially those in ICU, those who are in the critical care wards, and of course those in the hospice, Ma. We ask that your guiding hands be upon one all. Jai Jai Durga, Jaya Durga, Mahamaya Jagadamba. He Mata Vishwamohini Devi Jagadamba, Jaya Durga, Jaya Durga, Mahamaya Jagadamba, Parameshwari Jaya Durga, Jagadishwari Jai Durga, Jaya Durga, Mahamaya Jagadamba. Prostration to the Guru, we bow to the floor, the ground. Om Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Dev Shanti Antariksham Shanti, Prakriti Shanti, Apa Shanti, Vishwadeva Shanti, Vanaspati Shanti, Vishwadeva Shanti, Sarvam Shanti, Om Shanti Deva, Shanti Sama, Shanti Devi, Hari Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Prem se Gajanan Swami ki, Satya Sanatan Dharma ki, Bhagavati Devi Maiya Durga Mata ki, Prabhu Ramachandra Bhagavan ki, Pavan Putra Hanuman ki, Bhagavindra Mandihatan ki, Namo Parvate Pataye, Har Har Mahadev. Satya Sanatan Dharam Mandir ki, Sanatan Dharam Mandir ki, Sanatan Dharam Mandir ki. Jai Jai Sitaram Saraswati Bhagwan Ji Satya Sai Baba Ji ki Jai. Thank you, devotees. God bless you. I believe Bhojan has been prepared for everyone, and Persad, please take your arati, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Please bring a friend. Let us promise each other tonight to bring a friend tomorrow night. Let us fill this mandir to capacity. We have a beautiful katha prepared for you, and bring the children. Most importantly, bring out the children. They will totally enjoy and be blissed by the teachings of Bhagwan. आदि शक्ति भवानी शंकर माता की जय।
व्यास भगवान की जय। व्यास भगवान की जय।